Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtapraheshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevi Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naitike. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila chapter 17. Text number 82 onwards. Ei mata nana sukhe prabhu aila kashi madhyana snana kaila bani karnikaya asi. Finally, the Lord arrived with great happiness at the holy place called Kashi. There he took his bath in the bathing ghat known as Manikarnika. Kashi is another name for Varanasi, Banaras. It has been a place of pilgrimage since time immemorial. Two rivers named Asi and Varuna merge here. Manikarnika is famous because, according to the opinion of great personalities, a bejeweled earring fell there from the ear of Lord Vishnu. According to some, it fell from the ear of Lord Shiva. The word Mani means jewel and Karnika means from the ear. So according to some, Lord Vishwanath is a great physician who cures the disease of material existence by delivering a person through the ear, which receives the vibration of the holy name of Lord Ram. So Vishwanath is Lord Shiva only. So it is said Manikarnika Ghat is it's always one of the two bodies are being cremated over there, always 24 hours. And it is said Lord Vishwanath or Shiva, he comes there, chants the name of Ram in the body, in that dead body who is getting cremated, and then that person gets liberated. Because of this holy place is called Manikarnika. It is said that there is no better place than where the river Ganga flows, and the bathing ghat known as Manikarnika is especially sanctified because it is very dear to Lord Vishwanath. That's why it's called Kashi Vishwanath temple, Lord Shiva's temple. In Kashi Khanda, it is said, Sansari Chintamani Ratra Yasmat, Tarakam Sajjan Karni Kaya, Shivo Abhidatte Saha Shanta Kale, Tad Giyate Aso Mani Karniketi. According to this passage from the Kashi Khanda, one who gives up his body at Mani Karnika is liberated simply by remembering Lord Shiva's name. So Mahaprabhu also went there. Sei kale Tapan Mishra kare Ganga Snan Prabhu dekhi haila tar kichu visma gyan. At that time, Tapan Mishra was taking his bath in the Ganga, and he was astonished to see the Lord there. Now, this Tapan Mishra, as we studied earlier, he was in East Bengal, which is now Bangladesh. So when Mahaprabhu went there, he met Tapan Mishra, and Tapan Mishra had some questions. Mahaprabhu answered, chant the holy names, and he asked him to go to Kashi, live in Kashi. He said, I'll meet you there later. And Tapan Mishra is father of Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. Purve shuni yachi Prabhu karya chen sannyasa nishay karya daye ullasa. Tapan Mishra then began to think, I have heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Tapan Mishra became very jubilant within his heart. Prabhu ra charan dhari kare narudana, Prabhu tare uthaya kaila lingam. He then clasped the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to cry. The Lord raised him up and embraced him. प्रभु लया गेला विश्वेश्वर दर्शने, तबे आशी देखे बिंदु माधव चराने. Tapan Mishra then took Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to visit the temple of Vishweshwar. Coming from there, they saw the lotus feet of Lord Bindu Madhav. So that's another temple, Varanasi. The Bindu Madhav temple is the oldest Vishnu temple in Varanasi. Present, this temple is known as Veni Madhav and is situated on the banks of the Ganga. Formerly, 5 rivers converged there, and they were named Dhut, Papa, Kirana, Saraswati, Ganga, and Yamuna. Now only the river Ganga is visible. The old temple of Bindu Madhav, which was visited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was later dismantled by Aurangzeb, the great Hindu-hating emperor of the Mughal dynasty. In the place of this temple, he constructed a big masjid or mosque. Later, another temple was constructed by the side of the mosque, and this temple is still existing. In the temple of Bindu Madhav, there are deities of 4-handed Narayan and Lakshmi. In front of these deities is a column of Shri Garu, and along the side are deities of Lord Ram, Sita, Lakshman, and Date, known as Satara. During the time of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the native prince belonged to the Vaishnav cult. Being a Brahmin, he took charge of worshipping the deity. He was known as Shrimant Balasaheb Pantha Maharaj. The state still bears the expenditure for temple maintenance. The first king in this dynasty to take charge of worship in the temple 200 years ago was Maharaj Jagatajivan Rao Sahib. Okay. So they still maintain this temple of Bindu Madhav in Kashi. Ghare laya aila prabhu ke anandita haya, seva kari nritya kare vastra udaya. With great pleasure, Tapan Mishra brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home and rendered service unto him. Indeed, he began to dance, waving his cloth. Prabhura charanodaka sabam Bhattacharya puja ke voice of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He also worshipped Balbhadra Bhattacharya and showed him respect. प्रभु रे निमंत्रण करी घरे भिक्षा दिला बलभद्र भट्टाचार्य पाक कराइला. Tapan Mishra invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to take lunch at his home, and he had Balbhadra Bhattacharya cook. So while at Varanasi, Benares, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed at the house of Tapan Mishra. Near Tapan Mishra's house was a bathing ghat known as Panchanadi Ghat. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to take his bath daily at this ghat, and he used to see the temple of Bindu Madhav. Then he would take his lunch at Tapan Mishra's house. Near the Bindu Madhav temple is a big banyan tree, and it is said that after eating, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to rest beneath the tree. That banyan tree is still known today as Chaitanya Vat. Gradually, due to changes in language, the name became Yatan Vat. Okay. The local people still call that place Jatan Vat instead of Chaitanya Vat. At present, beside the lane, there is a tomb of Vallabhacharya, but there is no sign that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ever lived there. Vallabhacharya was also known as Mahaprabhu among his disciples. So that is the Vallabhacharya sect or Pushti Margi sect. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu probably lived at Yatan Vat, but there is no sign of Chandrasekhar or Tapan Mishra's house, nor is there any sign of Mayavadi Sannyasi Prakashanand Saraswati, with whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed the Vedanta Sutra. A little distance from Jatanvat is the temple of God Nityananda, established by Shashi Bhushan Niyogi Mahashaya of Calcutta. During the time of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, this temple was managed by the mother-in-law of Shashi Bhushan and his brother-in-law, Narayan Chandra Ghosh. Bhikshakari Mahaprabhu Kari Lashayana Mishra Putra Raghu Kare Pada Samvahan. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his rest after lunch, the son of Tapan Mishra named Raghu used to massage his legs. Prabhu Sheshana Mishra Swan Shekhaila Prabhu Aila Shuni Chandra Shekhar Aila. The remnants of food left by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were taken by the whole family of Tapan Mishra. When news is spread that the Lord had come, Chandrasekhar came to see him. Mishrer Sakhateho Prabhur Purvadas Vaidya Jati Likhan Vriti Varanasi Vas. Chandrasekhar happened to be a friend of Tapan Mishra's, and he was long known to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his servant. He was a physician by caste, and by profession he was a clerk. At the time, he was living in Varanasi. Ashi Prabhu Pade Padi Kare Narodana Prabhu Uthi Tare Kripaye Kaila Lingana. When Chandrasekhar came there, he fell down before the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to cry. The Lord, standing up, embraced him out of his causeless mercy. Chandrasekhar kahe Prabhu Bada Kripa kahila Apane Asiya Britye Darshan Andihila. Chandrasekhar said, My dear Lord, you have bestowed your causeless mercy upon me because I am your old servant. Indeed, you have come here personally to give me your audience. Apan prarabdhe vasi varanasi sthan Maya Brahma Shabda Vina Nahi Shunika. Due to my past deeds, I am residing at Varanasi, but here I do not hear anything but the words Maya and Brahman or Brahmjyoti. The words prarabdhe, past deeds, is important in this verse. Since Chandrasekhar was a devotee, he was always eager to hear about Krishna and his transcendental pastimes. Most of the inhabitants of Banaras were and are impersonalists, worshippers of Lord Shiva, and followers of the Panchopasana method. The impersonalists imagine some form of the impersonal Brahman, and to meditation, they concentrate upon the forms of Vishnu, Shiva, Ganesh, Surya, and Goddess Durga. Actually, these Panchopasaks are not devotees of anyone. As it is said, to be a servant of everyone is to be a servant of no one. Varanasi or Kashi is a chief holy place of pilgrimage for impersonalists, and it is not at all suitable for devotees. Well, now after Mahaprabhu converted him, it has become converted Prakashanam Saraswati. It is very much a tirtha. A Vaishnava likes to live in Vishnu Tirtha, a place where Lord Vishnu's temples are present. In Varanasi, there are many hundreds and thousands of Lord Shiva's temples, or Panchapasak temples. Consequently, Chandrasekhar expressed great unhappiness as he informed Lord Chaitanya that he was obliged to live at Banaras due to his past misdeeds. As said in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, according to one's past misdeeds, one takes birth on a lower platform. But in Brahma Samhita it is said, Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhaja. There is no karma attached to the past deeds or misdeeds of one in devotional service. A devotee is not subjected to karmfal, the effect of fruitive activity. Karmfal is applicable to karmis, not bhaktas. But as Krishna said, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tas tathaiva bhajami. As one surrenders unto me, I reward him accordingly. So whether all our karmas are gone, if we are trying to be devotees, or as we surrender, our karmas are gone, or someplace it is also said as when we take diksha by a bona fide spiritual master, so he takes away all our karma and burns them in the fire of diksha, fire of the yagya. But then why do devotees suffer? So do they only suffer what Krishna wants him to suffer? Or is his karma? I don't know. How much is his comfort and how much is what Krishna is giving him? I don't know. Let Krishna decide. There are three kinds of devotees. Those who are eternally on the transcendental platform, Nitya Siddha, those who have been elevated to the transcendental platform by the execution of devotion service, sadhana siddha, and those who are neophytes advancing towards the perfectional platform, sadhak. The sadhaks are gradually becoming free from fruitive reaction. So sadhaks are gradually becoming free from fruitive reaction. So not they're away from it, completely out of it. Not yet. The Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu describes the symptoms of Bhakti Yoga thus. Moksha Lagatakrit Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Akarshani Jasa. Devotion service is kleshagni, even for beginners. This means that it reduces or nullifies all kinds of suffering. It reduces, not that everything is gone. We are hardly doing devotion service, but this is the symptoms of pure bhakti. The word Shubdha indicates that devotion service brings all good fortune, and the word Krishna Akarshani indicates that devotion service gradually attracts Krishna towards the devotee. Krishna Akarshani. This is bhakti. Consequently, a devotee is not subject to any sinful reaction. So consequently, not that we take up chanting and we think we have nothing to pay for all these karmic actions that we have done, sinful actions that we have done. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarva dharman pratyajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. But now it depends how much we have surrendered. Thus, a fully surrendered, sincere devotee immediately receives relief from all kinds of sinful reactions. A fully surrendered. There are three stages of fructification for sinful activity. At one stage, one commits the sinful act. Before that, the seed of this act exists. And before that, there is ignorance, whereby one commits the sin. Suffering is involved in all three stages. However, Krishna is merciful to his devotees, and consequently, he immediately nullifies all three stages: the sin, the seed of the sin, which is bijam, and the ignorance, the kutam, that leads one to sin. Aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukha krameneva praliyeta Vishnu bhakti ratatmana. Further explanation of this topic, the devotion, then we can study this in detail. Shad darshan vyakhya bina katha nahi etha Mishra kripa kari more shunaya Krishna kahata. Chandrasekhar continued. There is no talk at Varanasi other than discussion on the 6 philosophical themes. Tapan Mishra has been kind. So the 6 philosophical theses are Vaisheshika, which is propounded by Kannada Rishi, Nyaya, propounded by Gautam Rishi, Yoga or mysticism, propounded by Patanjali Rishi, the philosophy of Sankhya, propounded by Kapil Rishi, not Lord Kapil, it's an atheistic Kapil. The philosophy of Karma Mimamsa, propounded by Gemini Rishi, and the philosophy of Brahma Mimamsa or Vedanta, propounded by Vedavyas. Actually, Vedanta philosophy is meant for the devotees, because in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Vedanta Krita Vedvida Evacha. I'm the compiler of Vedanta, and I'm the knower of the Vedanta. And further he says, by all the Vedas, I am to be known. So that is the right philosophy, real philosophy. Vyasadeva is an incarnation of Krishna, and consequently, Krishna is a compiler of Vedanta philosophy. But these impersonalists, what they discuss, the Vedanta philosophy, is what Shankaracharya gave. He has, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, whoever hears Vedanta philosophy from Krishna is actually aware of the real meaning of Vedanta. The Mayavadis call themselves Vedantists, but do not at all understand the purport of Vedanta philosophy. Not being properly educated, people in general think that Vedanta means the Shankarite interpretation. And this is what Mahaprabhu established when he was talking with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. That whatever Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was understanding was not true. Nirantar duhe chinti tomar charan sarvagya Ishvara tumi diladarshan. My dear Lord, we too think of your lotus feet incessantly. Although you are the omniscient Supreme Personality of God, you have granted us your audience. Shuni Mahaprabhu Javin Shri Vrindavane Din Kata Rahitara Bhrityadui Jane. My Lord, I have heard that you are going to Vrindavan. Please stay here at Varanasi for some days and deliver us, for we are your two servants. Although Chandrasekhar is an eternal servant of God, he humbly presented himself as fallen. And therefore he requested the Lord to deliver him and Tapan Mishra, his two servants. Mishra kahe Prabhu, yavat kashi tera hi ba, mora nimantrana vina anyana mani ba. Tapan Mishra then said, my dear Lord, as long as you stay at Varanasi, please do not accept any invitation other than mine. Ei mata Mahaprabhu, dui bhriter vashe, icha nahi tabu tatha rahila din dashe. Even though he had not made such a plan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained for 10 days at Varanasi, being obligated by the request of his two servants. Actually, where Mahaprabhu stayed at the house of Tapan Mishra, now devotees have found that house. And I visited that house, but somehow it's a small place in a small street. But somehow the owner of the house, although he let me in just in the one room, front room, but he would not let me take pictures. I asked him, why? What's wrong? If I take pictures, more people will come and you will become famous. But he was like, no pictures. And where Mahaprabhu met Prakashan and Saraswati. So that place, that house also been recognized. We have signs over there. And this temple of Bindu Madhav or Veni Madhav is not far from there. It's nearby. So all these three places are there. I guess when we go from Ayodhya to Prayagraj, we can visit Varanasi and see all these places. Maharashtra Vipra, Aise Prabhu dekhi bahare, Prabhu Rupa Prema dekhi hai chamatkar. At Varanasi, there was a Maharashtrian Brahmin who used to come daily to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This Brahmin was simply astonished to see the Lord's personal beauty and ecstatic love for Krishna. Vipra Sabha Nimantaraya Prabhu Nahi Mane Prabhu Kahe Aji Mora I am Prabhu to lunch. The Lord would not accept the invitation. So he would reply, I have already been invited somewhere else. Ei mat pratidin karen vanchan sanyasir sangya Sang bhai na mane nimantran. Every day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused their invitations because he feared associating with Mayavadi sannyasis. A Vaishnava sannyasi never accepts an invitation from a party who considers Mayavadi sannyasis and Vaishnava sannyasis to be one and the same. In other words, Vaishnava sannyasis do not at all like to associate with Mayavadi sannyasis, to say nothing of eating with them. This principle must be followed by the sannyasis of the Krishna consciousness movement. That is the instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given by his personal behavior. Although Prabhupada says this, but when he was staying in New York with this Mishraji, who used to teach yoga, who had his yoga studio, Mishraji was Mayavadi. And Prabhupada used to cook for him. Not just cook, he would take care of him personally. But anyway, that's Prabhupada. So yes, not like to associate because the association, just like Mahaprabhu said, Mayavadi bhashya sunile hoy sarvanash. That philosophy, if somebody hears that philosophy of Mayavad, then his whole devotional service can be ruined. One has to be careful. Okay, I guess I can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have one question. What is Pushti Marg, Prabhuji?
Pushti Marg is in mostly now in Gujarat and Rajasthan, and that temple of Srinathji, that is the main temple. So they serve Krishna in baby form. That's a main mood.
Baby form?
Baby, Laddu Gopal.
Acha, baby. Okay. Okay.
They serve very nicely, and Srinathji is holding up Govardhan platform. But they don't go beyond that. They chant Shri Krishna Sharanam Namo. Just like we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So they chant Shri Krishna Sharanam Namo.
Achha. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, you all have safe and wonderful day.